A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a surprising turn of events, the United States has sided with Russia during a series of United Nations votes regarding the ongoing war in Ukraine, marking a significant shift in its foreign policy under President Donald Trump. On February 24, 2025, as the world commemorated the third anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the U.S. took a stand that diverged sharply from its European allies, opting to support resolutions that absolved Moscow of blame for its actions. This development has raised eyebrows and concerns among Ukraine and its supporters, who have long relied on U.S. backing in their fight against Russian aggression. The U.S. voted against a European-backed resolution that condemned Russia's military actions in Ukraine and called for the immediate withdrawal of Russian troops. This decision was particularly striking given the historical context, where previous resolutions had seen overwhelming support for Ukraine from the international community. The U.S. then abstained from its own resolution, which had been amended by European nations to clearly designate Russia as the aggressor. Trump's administration has been characterized by a marked shift in diplomatic relations, especially concerning Russia. The recent votes in the UN General Assembly and Security Council have highlighted the growing rift between the U.S. and its European allies. The U.S. has initiated direct negotiations with Russia, sidelining Ukraine in the process, which has caused significant discontent among Ukrainian officials and their European partners. The UN General Assembly session saw the U.S. align itself with Russia and a handful of other nations, including North Korea and Belarus, in voting against the resolution that condemned Russia's actions. The vote, which resulted in 93 in favor, 18 against, and 65 abstentions, indicates a worrying trend of diminishing support for Ukraine in the international arena. The U.S. then presented its own resolution in the Security Council, which, while legally binding, failed to critique Russia's role in the conflict. The resolution was passed with 10 votes in favor and 5 European nations abstaining. Ukrainian officials have expressed frustration at the U.S. stance, with Deputy Foreign Minister Mariana Betsa emphasizing the need for all nations to uphold international law and support Ukraine's sovereignty. The U.S. Deputy Ambassador to the UN, Dorothy Shea, argued that previous resolutions condemning Russia had not brought an end to the conflict and stressed the importance of a resolution that commits all UN member states to achieving a lasting peace. The backdrop to these votes is a series of high-profile meetings between Trump and European leaders, including French President Emmanuel Macron and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. These discussions have aimed to address the stark differences in approach toward the war in Ukraine, with European nations advocating for a united front against Russian aggression. The U.S.'s recent actions have led to a perception of a fractured transatlantic alliance, raising questions about America's long-term commitment to European security. As the situation in Ukraine continues to evolve, the implications of these UN votes will likely resonate throughout the international community, as allies reassess their strategies and relationships in the face of shifting U.S. foreign policy. As the world watches these developments unfold, the call for unity among nations in support of Ukraine's sovereignty remains urgent. The need for a comprehensive and inclusive approach to peace negotiations is more critical than ever, as the humanitarian crisis continues to escalate and the conflict shows no signs of abating. The UN resolutions, while symbolic, serve as a crucial barometer of international sentiment towards the ongoing war in Ukraine and the actions of Russia. The U.S.'s recent votes may have lasting repercussions, not only for Ukraine but for the broader geopolitical landscape as well. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.